Hey guys, Assaff here, Assaff Eisenberg, a life coach and a thought leader, the creator of Life Coach Success. So, I want to help you move on your path in a way which is more smooth. Now, what do I mean by that? We're living our life, and the things that we have problems with is our internal happenings. Because, hey, life happens. Things happen, and they happen. We cannot do anything. I mean, they just, people do stuff around us, and we find ourselves in the middle of a situation. But what we struggle with is our internal conflicts that get us overwhelmed and full of fear and feeling not nice when it's time to confront ourselves again. Now, as we continue to wish for new things in our lives, we actually need to continue to change, to adapt, to be the people who can live these particular wishes that we want. And as I said before in earlier videos, when you wish upon a star and it's a bit more further than your experience, then you need to match your vibration, you need to match your thoughts and your actions to match this particular experience. Another analogy, why one person is rich and one is poor? Not because they have different capabilities, it's just one is more aligned in his actions and thoughts with making money, and the other one is more, I really want to make money, but everybody who has money, they're bad people. And then he's not going to make money because his thoughts and actions contradicts what he wants. And I know many people, and definitely I was like this. I wanted to have money, but every time that the money conversation came up or in my mind, I used to talk about it in a way that having money is bad. So I used to contradict myself. I wasn't aligned, I wasn't vibrating, I wasn't matching my wishes. So as you continue to wish things for yourself, which is totally fine, and please do it, that's part of this experience and why life is so beautiful, then you will need naturally to adapt to a new you. Because if you live your life, you get what you wished up until now. So now you wish more, you need to kind of change so you can have more. And when it's time to change, then we often actually confront, we are come into confrontation with aspects of ourselves that need to change, and that maybe we have some issue changing them, or maybe we are really holding onto something for a long time that need to change in order to get our dream. And so that's what we're struggling with. So I want to first put light on this by talking to you about it, and later help you by giving you some kind of an idea what you can do when those situations appear in your life. So I had this conversation with my father. I have conversation with him once a week on Skype because he lives overseas. and now our relationship is beautiful. We love talking with each other. We always get something out of it, and it's really nice. So anyway, we were talking about something, and then came up a story that I used to have a problem with a boss that I had a few years back down the track. And what happened to me is that he treated me really not nice, and I even went to a lawyer. And then the same night I could not sleep. I could see him in my mind. I could feel us fighting, and I could see vision of us fighting, and I could not sleep. And it was a time when I started meditating, and I realized how I like my space, which is peaceful, without the thoughts, in the expense of joy, of the peacefulness of not having too much thoughts. And then this scenario came up because I had to stand up for myself, because I was asking for new things, and I had to change, and I had to step up for myself. And anyway, so I went to the lawyer, and I was right, and I was angry, and I was seeing us fighting, and I could not sleep, and it drove me mad. I was like, "Ugh." And then what I said is, maybe I'll just change the situation. I just looked at it from a different point of view for a sec, and I said, what if I'm not doing anything and I'm not going to fight? I just leave it alone. And then suddenly peaceful, and I felt so good. I even had a smile, I think, or I just felt good. I could sleep. I remember it because it's been many years ago, and I still remember it. Okay, it was very profound experience to show when you confronting something. Sometimes it's good to see it, but then let it go, not continue to dwell in it and try to win it, because it just doesn't help. It continues to put you in a state of mind which is of the old. So, okay, let me try to break it down more clearly now about the situation, and why this situation, this story, is actually a good lesson to have a nice smooth ride into this year. At this time of my life, I was meditating, and I was getting results. I was living more peaceful. And then I was realizing that I put myself, by old behaviors, in a job that wasn't supporting my new personality, my new found joy of peacefulness. So I decided to fight, which was an old behavior, but I needed to match a new behavior. So fighting came up to me very uncomfortable in my home, in my thoughts, in my feelings. I felt really uncomfortable, which was a big sign to say, old behavior, old behavior, stop doing it, stop doing it. But at the time I wasn't so aware of it, but because of my way of looking at things, I decided that, hey, I'm doing something wrong. Why, if I'm doing the right thing, how come I cannot sleep? So I asked myself that night, I just gonna look at it in all the scenarios to see which one is the best way of looking at things so I can sleep. And then when I said, what if I do the opposite? That's the first thing that I did. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna go to court. Just gonna leave it alone. Then suddenly, I wasn't in the fight. It's like I'm saying, okay, I'm not fighting. So they can go continue be angry, whoever was angry there on the other side. But I'm not going to be angry. Just going to let it go. And it's all dropped. It just disappeared like this. Boom. Clarity. Nice pleasantness again. So understanding this, You can use this understanding in your own life. You now live your life, you wish for new things, you need to, because of your wishes, to suddenly get into circumstances and situations that ask you to behave like a person who can enjoy those new experiences that you're wishing for, right? Because you want to match those experiences. And then you might come across a trigger point that triggers something which is old and unnecessary anymore, and you might come into a feeling of really uncomfortable and saying, why is it happening again? Something like this, yeah? But I change, I wish for something new. Why is it same situation keeps coming again? Well, the same situation keeps coming again to show you it's time to do something different about it. Now, as I was talking to my father and explaining him about it, he said, hey, just stop. I've got to tell you something. I was checking my, what is it, egg nest or nest egg, or, you know, the money for pension or whatever. And he put it in a particular way, and he realized they're taking fees, and he was not happy about it. And for 2 months he's writing emails to them, and he was frustrated by it because they were really annoying. So what he did is just said, you know what, I'm just going to take everything and move to a better place that doesn't take all these fees. Instead of trying to change these people, he just took his stuff, moved to another place, and the quality of life remains, and he's probably going to make a lot of more money because he doesn't need to pay fees anymore. And also I think or the tax also bracket or something dropped. Something positive financially happened to him because of the choice to choose a behavior that feels good instead of a behavior that just fights and try to change what cannot be changed. So you, my friend, you're gonna have a smooth ride. First, because you know this, because you understand, hey, okay, one, I've got a wish. Then if I wish for something and I want to enjoy it, I must change to suit it. So change is gonna come. That's okay. We want them because we want to adapt, transform, to be able to enjoy more of life, which is completely fine, and actually I encourage you to do it often, to become more of who you can be. And then, after we ask the wish, we know we must transform, then the situations will come that will might trigger something. Maybe not, maybe some scenarios will be very easy to change, and we will really enjoy it, but maybe some scenarios we will hit some wall, okay? Some imaginary wall that triggers something within us, some fear, some insecurity, something. And then, instead of reacting to it violently and with fear, oh my God, things don't change, then sit down one sec with this emotion and look for different angles of what can I do that will make me feel better. Okay, it's not about winning and be better than another person, because it's a waste of energy. It's about what can I do to change it and feel good. Which reminds me of something. There was a comedian, a black comedian, not black, African American. Sorry if you're an African American and what I just said is not nice. Then I think it was from the 80s, and I read his book, and I forgot his name. Sorry, mate. It's okay. The message in the book was very, very nice. He said, if you're climbing a ladder, say, and by climbing it you're going to the next level of your life, if somebody from down below try to hit you and grab you, some hater, yeah, try to bring you back, take you back to the level that you were before, if you stop and start trying to get rid of him, kick him from the ladder, then you are back there, you won. But if you just continue to climb, means to follow your own truth, then that's it, you win. Because you continue. He can continue to be on his level and do whatever he wants, but you're already gone. So by going back and try to fight and win somebody, that's when you're losing, actually. So if you try to change a situation or win a situation without pointing it towards you and saying, wait, what can I do differently so I can feel better about myself? Sometimes it is, yeah, just to stand up, to say, hey, no, leave me alone. Or no, don't talk to me like this. Or I will not tolerate it anymore. Or go away. That's okay. You don't do it to fight anything, you just stand up for yourself, for your personal space. So by following your heart, following the moments that following your truths, the things that you know that are right for you, even if things come up and when they're not so comfortable, then you will make a smooth ride. Okay, you will break through. You will change and transform and become the person you want to be. And that's a good thing. So that's what I've got to say for this week. And I'll see you next week. See ya. Have a good one.